Good evening, everybody. My name is Osa, and tonight is Tuesday night, and we are on the Old Stream Farm in Farm Sim 19. And it looks from here, we are starting day 4. The tractor is in the shed at the moment, so I need to figure out what we're planning to do today. Well, it looks like we have stuff to harvest. Everything's fully, fertilized. There are no weeds. I need to find out what that grass field looks like too. Oh, the grass is ready to harvest. So we're actually on the second stage of ready to harvest. So we need to get to it before our crops go bad. Okay, we'll turn off the grass. So we can mow the grass at any time. I've already done that tonight in real life. So we'll deal with, what do we got to cut? Okay. Canola. Soybeans and 2 wheats. Let's do the wheat first, then we can do the canola and the soybeans. So, harvester, let's go. I'd like to change up this harvester, I think. God. This is a 4-meter header. I believe there is a new harvester. I didn't like that one. I still haven't unloaded it. See, this one is tiny. It's got 8,000 litre capacity. What's its header like? Oh, surely that one there. Oh, that's the Claas Lexion. Oh no. Oh no, that's for the 208. That's 6-meter header, so that's actually an upgrade. 12.5 and 46,000. That's very cheap. What's our? That's only 66. So we could sell that and get the Claas. There's potential there. Something different. Okay. But for now, get this out. Go harvest at some wheat. We will pull in the straw too. Oh, I didn't check the sheeps, because when we last left off we bought some sheeps. Finally, we have animals. Oh, I don't have it on enable straw swath 16. lights are on. Let's go with this. Now this field is butting right onto the edge of the next field over. Probably something we could expand into one field if we felt like it. I'm inclined not to do that for now. If we check that there, I mean that patch straight down the middle, you could plough that straight between the two fields, combine them. Oops, you're done with that. Thank you. For now, I kind of have to run down here in order to give myself a good room to turn around. I think this leads down to the pig enclosure, which might be in the way as well. Okay. Hey, Hail Team, how you doing? Oh, I have to do an overhead for this one. Since I don't want to kill the canola, and I do want to get as much of the wheat as I can, and we miss some. Try that again. So it could actually probably be easier to start this field at this point here. Take off a bit at the bottom, that will give me enough room to do this bit here. And oak tree in the way. This harvester does not like this hill. But that was always a problem with this farm. I think back in 17 I got a T6 as my primary tractor. I was bemoaning the fact that I should probably have spent my money on a T7. You find that with a lot of the small European farms and British farms, which I'm kind of repeating myself. They do have some incredible hills. It takes quite a lot to get equipment up and down them. But I really don't want a huge harvester because these fields will not go well with a big header. So, I mean, having said that, I didn't really want to be using this harvester. It's the common one that if you're not using the bison, you end up with this one. I think for my field mounting playthrough I got the TC90, I think it's called. It's also New Holland, but it's no, not there. Oh yeah, TC590. This one, it's a newer version of the one we have here, and substantially more expensive, and runs an 18-foot header rather than 2 feet, 3 feet. This one isn't very big. And we do have a good selection now of small harvesters. We've got the Case IH, which was very common in Farm Sim 17 as the starting harvester. I think the TC590 was also very common in Farm Sim 17 as the starting harvester. But in 19, it's, as I said, it's this one on the bison. It's kind of nice to have options. Okay, we should now be able to run this straight up and down the main length of the field. Let's try going forwards. Yes, so we're a little bit late today. Had to take the SUV in for a service. And we also got our new lawn tractor, and so we had to cut down a lot of very tall grass. So I got a late start today. And the kids were messing around, of course. How did we miss that bit there? Yeah. Select forward, go. There we go. Oh, we're nearly at full. Need to watch that. Zoom out a bit, gives me a little bit better view. believe this is second harvest for Oldstream. And this one will be a better yield than the last one, because we had a chance to fix our fields. This is a horrible angle on this field. Okay, we're at 95%. Potentially we can get to the end. $99. $100. Crash into the tree, huh? I still want a bigger tractor. Although I am kind of liking this tractor for here. Is at this end. We'll go this way. Seem to be playing a lot of farms with 130 horsepower tractors. There's this one and Field Mountain. We got a pair of Valtras which are only 130. Kind of limits your equipment, which is kind of a good thing. But I think I would like something up around the 200 mark. Turn the tractor off. We can get out. Well, harvest is still running. Okay, I think I figured out why we keep missing bits at the end there. Because the field itself is higher up than the little road next to it. So the header is too high off the ground to actually get that piece of land right next to the edge of the field. So what I'm going to do is swing this right about, and we will take the end off this field. So what's happening is as we climb up the ramp on the right side of this field, the header is too high to cut anything, so we're killing some of the crop with the wheels. And the bit in the middle, the header's just going straight over it. So that should fix that issue. Like that. I mean, you look, that we've grounded out, and as you get to that point there, you're not cutting right at the edge of the field because there's that big gap underneath. And then as we pull up to this point, we're low enough to actually harvest. So, don't know if we'll get the entire field loaded on this one. Because obviously it's a better yield than last time, so I don't think I've got a loan here either. Okay. So I think primarily of the three FarmSim 19 videos that or farms I'm featuring at the moment, Mercury Farm is possibly my least favourite. And it's kind of lacking character that Oldstream has and Field Mountain has. I mean, Field Mountain is just a very nice map. Very graphically heavy. And I don't think it's a true representation of a specific area, but I think it's a sort of an idealized version of where the map maker lived or lives now. And this farm, or this map also, it feels very natural, although I don't think it's based on anywhere specific. Now, I'm not saying Alien Jim's maps are bad. It's a very good map, which is one of the reasons why I'm featuring. It's just not as natural feeling as some other maps. But the concepts is included are very nice. I mean, the whole, including the buildings as viable assets, much like Oldstream Farm now does. Although I think that has caused a problem for consoles because the hard placed buildings don't use up as many slots as the placeable assets do. So Oldstream's apparently is very limited on console as to how much equipment you can buy. the thing I've noticed with Oxygen David's maps, very, very natural. And I like that. The problem with those maps is you're kind of starting out small equipment, small farm. But the fields are incredibly large. Been watching a couple of playthroughs on Oakfield Farm. And, I played a time on Marwell Manor, although I haven't played any private farm for a long time now. And they have some big fields that take a long time to harvest and plough and work because they're so big. And you don't always start well. I mean, he gives you the sort of the big Fendt or a big, a fairly decent sized John Deere, so it's not like he's skimping on the equipment he's giving you. But I liked what was it? Shellington and Caldwell Park Farm in 17, because the fields were a little bit smaller, much like Oldstream Farm and Mercury at the start. They kind of give you fields that go well with the equipment you have. Now, Oldstream hasn't got expansion potential. I've talked about this before. You can buy more fields, but they're all very small and very tight. So you're never really going to need big equipment. Now, maybe on some of the fields you could use larger equipment, but good grief, come on. You have zero traction. But you're always going to need the small equipment for the smaller fields. I don't have a problem with that. It's just, when you're starting out, you kind of want fields that are commensurate with your equipment levels. I don't want a 50-acre field and 6, 3-meter, cultivators and plows and stuff like that, because it's just, you just get bored doing the same, doing one field for 5 hours. Kind of why a lot of people get annoyed with doing things like potato farming, because it takes so long to plough even a medium-sized field. You don't feel you're achieving much. I don't have to do that. I have to reverse. There we go. Actually managed to get around that one. So we can do that again without messing up. Okay, that gives me a bit of an edge on that part of the field. We'll try not to knock the shed down when we reverse out. Okay. Where's the okay, back up to 90%. I think we may be good for the end of this one. Horrible to collect the straw on this field. Ooh. It's very close to being an exact row. Might be a little wide at the top. But we can hope not. Okay. How are we doing? 97%. Oh. %. Oh, come on, go round, go round. Six litres more. I'm going to guess that's more than 6 litres. Yep, just. So 39%, 78, potentially 79% of the wagon. Okay, that should make it possible to finish this field off, maybe. Oh, we missed a bit. And we're done. Okay, where's the other straw? Field 3.